Okay. Alright, dear players, here we are back with the casting of the Leviathan tournament. We had a few problems with some of the games, which concerned actually the first game that we casted, which was Maurizio Comito versus Boccalari, click, Vendilion click against Geist, and we had other problems with other games, so we're gonna do a little bit of a recast today of these matches. I hope that you can forgive us for this. So this is not live, as we just mentioned, but we just wanted to give the best cast that we could give you. So we're gonna recast this and some of the other games which were problematic with the live stream or with the live cast, obviously. Here with me again is Orfeo, which is gonna help me with the casting, as I am not really that expert of Magic, but he is. So I hope that we're gonna provide the best of the cast that we can.
He is way better than me actually, so I'm here just for supporting him while the players play their games.
You're also here because Leviathan is actually part. You're actually part of the project, so I guess that we are here because you have done all of this for us. So I guess that it's okay. And that we all have
I'm not the only one. I mean, we are 9 in the technical group working for you guys, but yes, I'm here for all of them, representing all of them.
Alright, enough with chat, let's just talk a little bit about the game. On the left side we have Vendilion Click, played by Maurizio Comito, and on the right side we have Geist, played by Boccalari. Now we're gonna see a little bit of a control deck on the left side, as Vendilion Click is actually a blue deck, while on the right side Geist, which is gonna be probably aggressive. Now I know that Marco is a great player in the Italian community, and I'm pretty sure that he's some kind of a, let's say, standard player. So not standard meaning the format, but standard player meaning that he's just
about the play style,
about the play style, yes. And I was just saying that he will probably be showing us a pretty standard Geist, a pretty aggressive Geist. But let's see. I mean,
so Geist is kind of, as you say, kind of an aggro deck, even if it have a really hard control shell.
Yeah.
So it's basically a control deck, which wins by hitting hard with Geist, which is a really aggressive meter.
It is some kind of a control deck, but you have to play it as an aggro deck just because of how your commander works. So most of the time you're just gonna be playing Geist in your third turn, just because you need to ramp up with that damage that Geist really puts in, because otherwise you would be playing some other deck. I mean, there are stronger control decks, like for example, if you want to play a white and blue control deck, you can play Augustine, to make an example.
Yeah, Geist's strength is that he have a really hard control shell in order to control your opponent's plan, just as long enough as you need to win the game yourself. Yeah. So that's the game.
Let's say that going in the long run, probably Geist would suffer a little bit, but you usually want to go to the long run, especially against a deck like Vendilion. I mean, Vendilion can either win by using a combo, which is Vendilion plus Tunnel Vision, which is actually only one piece card combo, because the other piece is in your command zone and you kind of always have it, right?
Recently, I mean, not that recently, players started playing only Emrakul inside of their decks.
We did not mention yet the other combo, but there is another sort of combo, let's say, because it's not really a combo, which is Vendilion Click plus Polymorph and Emrakul, with Vendilion Click being the only creature in your deck with Emrakul and not even being in the deck. So you're just gonna do Polymorph on Vendilion Click and you're gonna have Emrakul because it's the only creature.
And this is the version that Maurizio is currently running.
Okay, without Tunnel Vision.
Yes. No, he also ran Tunnel Vision, but he have only Emrakul as a creature in the deck.
Yeah, I think that having 2 plants and not only one can really be a strength in this format, because you have 100 cards in your deck, 99
because of consistency, of
but
course,
but if you have more plants in your deck, it's surely better. Okay, now we're already at turn 2 for Maurizio, only playing lands right now.
Oh, yes.
Geist is just ramping up to the 3rd land and playing Geist, and maybe Maurizio wants to counter that, yeah,
Okay.
with a mana leak.
So we've just seen a duress, kind of, you know.
Yeah, this is just playing as it should be, and here we have a Jutaxian Probe. He's gonna actually play it losing 2 health points, which is smart. I mean, you're a blue deck, so you always want to have that open mana.
And here we have a pretty strong hand from Marco, which is Memory Lapse, Grief's Boon, which is an enchantment that makes your creature fly and comes back from the graveyard sometimes.
Probably you want it just for Geist.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know how many other creatures Marco plays.
Marco is running quite a lot of creatures for a Geist deck. You know, it's one of his, you know, particularity.
A particularity.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yes, most
one
of
his
the times,
traits, if you want to be.
Most of the times it just go straight on Geist.
Okay.
But there is a Gilded Drake, there is an Elspeth
which
Knight
is
Errant.
which is not really a creature, let's say. It's like, of a spell, because you really want to have control of those strong creatures that your opponent might be playing. And here,
actually, it works with Emrakul.
Yeah.
So. Pretty strong hand, and a Council Judgment will also work against Emrakul, so pretty strong hand again.
Yeah, so now it's actually Maurizio's turn. It's gonna probably just wait till the next turn and go for Vendilion Click, probably, yeah. I mean, usually you want to play click like that.
Okay, we are in main phase 1.
Yeah, him is just using a fetch. Probably searching for a duel. I think that he has no duel in his board.
Now he have the Hallowed Fountain, which is the Shockland.
Which is Shockland, yeah. But he still should have the pure duel. I mean, that one that makes you lose no Tundra. Yes, okay, perfect.
That's why I'm here. Obviously, he's way better than me in implementing the game, but I'm here. Oh, here is the Tumbleland.
I mean, that's just because I've studied a lot of English, but
yes. You know, also, I think that my English is quite good, but you are more fluent. You are in the game. You're in. You know, you're better than me, and I'm extremely happy to have your game with me.
We can stop sucking each other pins, and we can get back to the game, actually.
Yes, here is a Bravery Stream, which is a Tangleland from Battleford Sandy card.
Okay, so it wasn't a Tundra?
No, it's kind of a Tundra.
Yeah, because it enters
untapped.
Untapped, yeah.
If you control 2 or more basic lands.
Perfect.
So kind of a Tundra.
Alright, this is a very strong play. He's just gonna force out a counter, I feel. Let's just see how Maurizio wants to do it.
Turn 5 could be a Geist, so you know, you have to counter Elspeth or Geist, or both, if you're that good.
Counters, but actually Elspeth is in the board right now. Oh yeah, those are beautiful, but I don't think Maurizio is going to use them. Alright. Marco, yes. Those were cards that we decided to put, to give to the players if they wanted to use tokens. And now we have again, but players might have their own tokens. So now we have Vendilion Click is gonna just put down that Council Judgment, probably to cover up his Vendilion Click and eventually his Emrakul. Yeah.
Oh, here we have in Maurizio's hand a Proteus stuff, which is kind of a polymorph.
Yeah. But it works only as a sorcerer, if I recall correctly.
Yes, so Council Judgment was actually a treat to Maurizio because he wanted that stuff on the board.
Yeah, obviously. And you actually can play Council Judgment also on the stuff, or is it only for creatures?
No, it's for every non-land permanent you vote.
Perfect. So it's just gonna play the stuff. Actually, Marco has to read it just because maybe he doesn't remember what card it is. You know, if you don't play the deck, we both played a lot of Vendilion Click and a lot of blue-based deck, so we kind of know the cards. I also know the cards from Vendilion, usually at least. But you know, if you don't play it, some of these cards, just like this stuff, can be quite strange cards.
Oh, and Maurizio missed his land drop.
Oh, right, yeah. So he's probably blocked.
He's rushing to Emrakul.
Okay, he's not gonna play Geist, but he's gonna just play out. Oh, the cards just fell. Alright. He's just gonna play out that sword and attack. You know, Geist can be good in this case just because white has a lot of good planeswalker to be aggressive, like Elspect for example.
Yes.
So he's just gonna press on the issue with a creature created by his planeswalker and the sword instead of just playing out his Geist. So he's gonna do some damage to his opponent, and he's gonna probably just... Oops. He did untap his land just because of how the sword... Oh, right, yeah.
It's the Sword of Fist and Famine, which makes you untap your lands and your opponent discard a card.
Okay, perfect. And here
so
we can see that Maurizio did discard a peak, yeah. Which is kind of an interesting card. And it's gonna probably be Maurizio's turn in a second. I remember that we used to play that sword in Vendilion, just because it is very strong to have your lands always untapped and also attack. I mean, Vendilion is very interesting because it can also win just by attacking with Vendilion.
Yes.
It's kind of an interesting
it was my main way to end the games because I didn't really appreciate both of the combos. Here is Geist.
So Marco is just not gonna play the counter war because it's not really wise against Vendilion. He's just gonna try to ramp up and have a lot of pieces on the board, even because actually
Vendilion can't solve many
lacking
problems.
those white color.
And here we have the Emrakul.
Yeah, he's gonna just play out that Emrakul.
Did he forgot about the Drake maybe?
Either he has Force of Will, either he forgot about the Drake. Oh, he was quite like there. Not a lot of... How does it work? I mean, if you draw Emrakul, you're gonna have to probably just play Vendilion to yourself.
Yes.
To just...
That's the main way to put Emrakul back on the deck. Here is a peak.
Alright.
So Marco can
see...
So
he's just gonna see if he has Force Will, but he doesn't.
No Force of Will here.
Maybe Maurizio just wanted to play a mind game and fake that
maybe he just forgot about
or maybe he just forgot. Well, you know, it can happen.
It can happen. I mean, here we are 99 players, so you know, it's kind of stressful being here at the feature match.
Yeah, obviously. But I think that having 99 players on the list of players can also mean that you can see different playstyles, and maybe this was actually for real a mind game. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think it was a mind game. I think that he forgot, but it could have been. But now Drake is just gonna take control of Emrakul, and probably Maurizio is just gonna resign the game. I mean, he doesn't really seem to have a lot of solution. He may just try to survive some more with that cryptic command, but I mean, this is just a game.
He's playing against Geist, man.
Yeah, I mean,
no way.
Being behind against Geist is not.
Here is the conceit.
Here is the conceit, obviously. Being behind against Geist, you're already. If you play Vanilla Click, I feel like you're already behind against Geist. Just because of
since turn one.
Yeah, just because of how Geist is fast at killing you. But being this behind, I mean, there's no way you can actually.
I mean, if you play Vendilion against any matchup, you feel like if you're behind since turn one because you have a lot of resources in terms of counter spells, but you don't run that many solutions.
Alright, yeah.
So
alright, let's just see how game 2 is gonna shape up and work. I feel like Marco has took a very strong lead. Also about mindset. I mean, winning the first game of the first feature match of the day really helps you with the mindset, I think. So we're gonna see if in game number 2 he's gonna be even more aggressive, even if I don't think he could be, just because it was turn 3 Geist, turn 4 Elspect, so
turn 5 Sword Geist.
I don't think that you can really be more aggressive than that. But you know, it really feels like Marco is ahead. Just seeing the error of Maurizio, because the mistake, because obviously it could have been a mind game, but I feel like it was a mistake.
Yes, I feel also that it was.
It really feels like Marco is
Also, Marco won 2 editions of Commander Geddon here in Italy, which was the main tournament.
Playing Geist.
Playing Geist.
Alright.
Both of the tournaments.
What a boring person.
Both of the tournaments he was playing Geist and he won both. Probably he won just 2 because he was only at 2 tournaments out of 6. So. But he's an extremely good player.
You think that if he was to the other Commander Gaddons, he would have won
at least top 8, yes.
Alright.
Because he's an extremely positive player. Okay. He's very optimistic, and most of the times his deck reward him.
Okay. Not like us.
Not like us.
Or we wouldn't be here at
cast. Yes.
We wouldn't be there playing probably.
Also he's a really good player, so both luck and skill go.
Yeah, I think that you both need luck and skill at playing Magic. I think that you both need luck and skill in kind of everything, but Magic is really a balance of the 2 things. I mean, yes, you can be luck at drawing lands, at drawing counters, drawing whatever you want, but if you forget about the Gideon Drake, well, that is a mistake that you can avoid. So if with skills you just play the best you can with your cards, luck is gonna reward you probably. Yes.
And here we have Land Ponder from Maurizio, pretty good turn 1.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the best turn 1 that you can have. Ponder is a very strong blue card. It can just you can also reshuffle, which is very good. So if luck is not rewarding you, you can have you can take a second chance.
Yes.
Alright, tap at land for Marco, and in turn 2, Maurizio is gonna play another land and probably stay open up for counters. Also because I don't think that you can play a lot of stuff with 2 mana.
Not in click.
And turn 2, Marco is gonna play a
land go. Yes, so land go again. And here we have a land.
He's just gonna pass and probably wait and play for play that.
Early turns are pretty fast in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean it's just land, land, counter to Geist and land.
Oh, and here comes the Force of Will.
Yeah. Now, I think that this is a kind of a greedy play because playing Force of Will makes you discard 2 cards, Force of Will and another card.
Yes.
But against Click, you really want to have that Geist.
Yes, mainly because of hexproof. So if Geist is there, then you have a really big problem.
You can only just take it away by
Heuristic Study.
Alright, I don't even know what it is.
Why did he tap out? Oh god.
Okay, is that
this game is over? Yes, it's Ravages of War.
What is that?
Heuristic Study.
Yeah.
3 mana. If your opponent have to pay his spell 1 more mana. If he doesn't, you draw a card.
Okay.
What a
bad play. But I think that Marco just didn't really care about making his opponent draw a card. I mean, I think that Geist plus Armageddon really close to the game.
Yes.
I mean, even if he doesn't have lands right now, he's so ahead that he's just gonna kill his opponent pretty fast.
But Maurizio had counter spells in his hand, so I don't really know. Yes, here is the proceed.
Alright, yeah, that probably was an error. Maybe he did not expect the Armageddon or the Ravages of War, obviously. But I think that if you're playing Click, you just always want to play in the opponent turn.
You have to wait.
Yeah, you have just to be patient, maybe not play those kind of enchantments and things like that.
Yes,
so this was everything for the first feature match that we had to recast. I hope that we provided the best possible casting, and we're gonna see you soon in the other matchups. Thanks for watching.
Thanks again, guys.
And see you
later.